Welcome back! In this video I want to teach you how to calculate the amount of fuel you need to reach your selected destination. In the previous videos we've already learned how to achieve a stable orbit and return to the planet. Now of course we want to explore the Kerbal system and venture to other planets. You probably remember that we need approximately 3400 delta V to reach a stable orbit from the surface of Kerbin. But how much delta V do we need, for example, to reach the Mun? In KSP 1 there were no in-game tools for that, but fortunately the community has created delta V maps. So we'll get to those later. In KSP 2 a new feature called the trip planner has been implemented to make it easier for newcomers to figure out how much fuel they should pack. You find the trip planner at the bottom right, represented by the middle icon. What do we see here? Firstly, you can select whether you want to plan only the outbound trip or also the return journey. Then choose your destination, in our case the Mun. Below that you'll see a breakdown of all the stages and the recommended amount of fuel to carry. To leave Kerbin's orbit and head towards the Mun, we need to accelerate with approximately 860 delta V. Once we arrive at the Mun, we also need to decelerate to be captured by its gravity and achieve an orbit around it, requiring 280 delta V. Finally, to decelerate from the orbit and land on the Mun's surface, we need an additional 580 delta V. In total, we need approximately 5120 delta V. As soon as you start building your rocket, you will see how much delta V you already have on board. Now let's bring this thing into orbit. This is the delta V map. You can easily find it in the KSP wiki and I'll provide a link to it in the video description. Let's go through how to read it step by step. First, at the bottom you see our starting position, Kerbin. The lines represent the required amount of fuel to reach the next station on the map. So, from Kerbin to orbit we need 3400 delta V, which we already know. Next, we look for our destination on the map, the Mun. In this case, on the left side, the bottom. The symbol tells us that the next station is the intercept, indicating how much fuel we need to leave Kerbin and instead enter the sphere of influence of the Mun, 860 delta V. The next station on the map is the low orbit around the Mun. So, how much fuel do we need to decelerate and achieve an orbit around the Mun? 310 delta V. Lastly, we need to decelerate to land on the Mun's surface, 580 delta V. In total, that amounts to 5150 delta V. This aligns quite well with what our new in-game trip planner showed us. Other important symbols on the map include the arrow or triangle on the lines. This indicates that the destination has an atmosphere, which you can use for deceleration instead of using your precious fuel. Remember to use a heat shield and parachute. There is also an interactive version of the Delta V map available online. You can find the link in the video description. We want to go from Kerbal to the Mun and land there. Now you can see which areas or routes on the map are relevant to you, highlighted for your convenience. K2D2 will handle the landing for us. We simply steer retrograde and burn until our relative velocity to the ground has decreased to a more comfortable level. Then we let ourselves descend and make slight adjustments against gravity to prevent our descent speed from increasing again. And there we go, we have safely landed. Let's disembark and place a flag. I hope this video has been helpful to you and that you can now better plan your upcoming missions. Please leave a like or subscribe and let me know in the comments, as always, which tutorials you would like to see next. Bye bye!